She looked deeply at him, the young man's face, still youthful, now slightly haggard due to injury and hunger, even had chapped lips. Biao gently laid him down and stared at him for a while. Then, softly, she murmured, "Since we're destined to die together here, I don't want to be alone too early. Having someone accompany me is also good." She went out to the small pool near the cave entrance, fetched some water, and brought back some dry Russians, intending to feed Zhang Xiaofan. However, he couldn't eat any of the dry Russians, perhaps due to his unconsciousness, and only managed to drink some water from Bia's water pouch in a daze. Still not regaining consciousness, after a busy while, Biao herself grew tired. Saying that Zhang Xiaofan's condition seemed stable, she gradually closed her eyes and fell into a deep sleep. She couldn't tell how long she had slept, but Biao woke up feeling anxious. Her first reaction was to immediately look towards Zhang Xiaofan's direction, seeing him still lying there peacefully, completely motionless, falling ill under normal circumstances. However, Zhang Xiaofan had suffered serious injuries for several days, both physically and mentally exhausted. Moreover, he had exerted himself desperately searching for a way out in this blood-dripping cave, exhausting his energy. After fainting, he had developed a fever. His condition was quite serious, and the fever persisted for a long time. Biao didn't know how many days had passed in the cave. Biao felt helpless, only able to bring more cold water to help lower his temperature, but it was of no avail. As time went on, Zhang Xiaofan's high fever persisted, and he began to deliriously mutter. Biao felt increasingly worried. Just the thought of her being alone in this desolate cave waiting for death made her shudder. At this moment, even a word or a gasp from Zhang Xiaofan, despite being delirious, felt like celestial music compared to the terrifying days ahead. But no matter how hard Biao tried, all she could do was bring more water. In this cave, without a doctor or medicinal herbs, how could she help? Zhang Xiaofan's condition worsened day by day, and his delirium became more frequent. One day, Biao, who had been anxiously guarding Zhang Xiaofan's unconscious body, saw him suddenly curl up, shouting in alarm, "Ghost, ghost, ghost." Then, gritting his teeth, "You killed my parents, killed the whole village, I'll fight you." Biao was startled and quickly hugged him, repeatedly saying, "No, no, there are no ghosts here." It's unclear if her words had any effect, but Zhang Xiaofan gradually calmed down, his frightened expression gradually easing. However, what followed was a look of utter despair. With his eyes tightly closed, he whispered, senior sister, please don't ignore me. I don't want. Please don't ignore me, double quotes." Biao was stunned, feeling a sudden pang in her heart, but summoning some courage, she said softly, "No, your senior sister is here. She won't ignore you." A smile appeared on Zhang Xiaofan's face, as if this was the happiest moment of his life. He kept murmuring, senior sister, watching his face, which showed a faint happiness amidst pain. Bia's heart felt a pang of sorrow. Who was this woman he cherished so deeply? The senior sister he couldn't forget even in his unconscious state. What kind of person was she? Suddenly, Biao remembered the day at the Abyss of Ghostly Souls, the Qingyun Sect female disciple who wielded the blue immortal sword. Could it be her? Biao frowned. She remembered clearly that the woman was incredibly beautiful, almost unbelievably so. No wonder Zhang Xiaofan was infatuated with her. However, no matter how smart Biao was, she couldn't know that the woman Zhang Xiaofan couldn't forget was still on Qingyun Mountain's great bamboo peak, Tianyin. In the days that followed, while taking care of Zhang Xiaofan, Biao learned more about him from his delirium, about his origins in a place called Kaomiao Village, the terrifying massacre, and the woman he missed, his senior sister who lived on Great Bamboo Peak. However, she wasn't entirely sure if this senior sister was the same woman he had encountered with the blue sword that day. Yet, in the care she provided to Zhang Xiaofan over those days, Biao herself felt a strange connection to this young man. Watching his haggard face every day became her only way to pass the time. She often gazed at him for a long time, never considering that, in the adjacent chamber, there was the classic scripture of the demonic sect, the Heaven Book. Sometimes, after Zhang Xiaofan fell asleep, Biao would pace slowly to the segment of text left behind by Madame Jinling, gaze at it for a long time, and then say softly, "Madame, according to the ancient teachings of the sect, you once left a reprimand, saying that all men in the world are faithless. But have you seen this man named Zhang Xiaofan? He's very devoted." No one in this silent cave answered her question, but as she turned away, the tiny golden belly emitted a clear and pleasant ring, echoing gently in the cave, as if conveying something. It was as if, in the dark, those gentle eyes and that lingering soul were watching over them, entwined around them.